The unthinkable has happened.
Hayden, he's dead.
What?
And Wednesday,
I turned on them.
You did what?
They're going to kill me.
You out here trafficking people?
when you take matters into your own hands,
I met this guy, and he's a white boy.
you better be prepared.
I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna earn you back.
You're gonna have fun.
We'll see.
Is this him?
To face the consequences.
When they find the camera footage from the garage, both of y'all going to jail.
Tyler Perry's Sistas. All new episode Wednesday at...
Okay, Sistas fans, you just saw the promo for next week's episode, Season 4, Episode 2, airing January 12th, entitled Still Water Runs Deep. As of right now, I do not have a synopsis for none of the episodes coming up or the titles, but regardless, we got the preview, and that's what matters. So before breaking down this video, make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like this video. Hit subscribe because we just hit 196,000 subscribers this morning. Guys, we're going to hit 200,000 soon, so please, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, which there is a good chance because we almost have 80% non-subscriber watch time. If everybody who watches my content who is not subscribed hit subscribe, I'm pretty sure we would hit like 400,000 subscribers in a week. So hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and select all. That way you are notified when I post new content, and follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. If this is your first time watching my trailer breakdowns, just know that you're not only going to get a breakdown of the promo you just saw, but also the end credit promo we got at the end of this week's episode. Now, I'll get the small stuff out of the way first. Q's on the phone with Maurice saying that, hey, they're going to let me out. All I got to do is show up in court. And Maurice is surprised by this. Q then takes it another step further by saying, I turned on them. They're going to kill me. Implying that, I guess he shifted blame, or I believe the street term is drop dime, aka snitched on his partners in crime so he could get off easy. But if he gets released, they're going to know he snitched and they're going to kill him. So this makes me think that even if Maurice tells Q he can't stay with him, which why the hell would he let him stay with him and Calvin? That would just be bringing danger to his front door. It's kind of like on the Oval where Kareem, for once I agree with him, it might not be best to let Dale stay around in regards to Dale staying at the apartment he's staying at, or he pays for, as opposed to Sharon, who just flip-flops between that place and Barry's house. Dale has a lot of issues due to the whole thing with Kyle and the White House, so who's to say Kareem won't be caught in the middle of some crossfire? You know, if somebody's coming after Kyle, or in this case, or also in the case of the president coming after Sharon. I mean, Kareem, as much as he's an asshole, he's an innocent bystander caught in the middle. Same thing in this situation with Maurice. It's like, if Q comes over there, who's to say people who won't try to kill him will come after him there? And why do I have the feeling that Q will just pop up randomly again? Because moving on to Maurice in the other scene, we got Sabrina telling him that, oh, you're going to have fun. And Maurice like, we'll see, because they're at work. And I think it's in reference to the date with the friend that Calvin has, because Calvin says, ooh, it must be him. He goes to the door. We don't see the person walk in, but Maurice is literally like kind of shocked by the person who's on the other side. So he must be instantly attracted to the gay friend that Calvin is bringing over. Now, like I said, Q said he has to go to court and then he's out. But I wonder if something happens where Maurice and this guy are having a good time, then Q just knocks on the door or Q breaks in. Why would they even do that? I really don't see the point of that story. Now let's go over to the airport, and it looks like Danny is stopping the new character Logan from walking off of a young girl who arrives at the airport, because, you know, Danny says, you know, oh yeah, ain't no human or sex trafficking going down on my watch. So it looks like he tries to flee, and Danny takes off her heel in like a freaking shoomerang, except it doesn't come back. She throws it with such accuracy, like Batman with a batarang, that it clocks him in the back of the head as he's running away and knocks him out. Okay, that was actually pretty badass. Now, speaking of Danny, we go over to the salon, and this is the new character I did the video on. I don't know if it was her name Tracy or Tanya, but she's getting her hair done at Karen's salon. So yay, Karen, for having clients and doing hair. That's great stuff. So basically, she's talking about, hey, I got a date with a new man and he's white. Next thing you know, Preston shows up to pick her up. And Karen's like, oh, and Karen has that classic, I'm crossing my arms in a, oh, it's like that kind of fashion. And I don't really think that we've seen Preston and Karen in the scene together. I could be wrong, or it's just been so long. But I love how this season is playing around with new character dynamics, and Preston's actually in the show. And it makes sense. It's like, oh, so he's dating somebody else who happens to be a client of Karen. So you see what you're doing here, Tyler Perry, where you're taking characters who have arguably run their course, but you're changing around the formula to make their inclusion in the show actually matter. Why not do the same thing with Gary or Calvin? But in any case, we move on to the next scene. And wow, yeah, I guess all the other stuff is just Zach, Andi, Fatima stuff. So, you know, the preview talks about how, oh, Hayden's dead. So Zach's on the phone with Andi, and I'm guessing this is when Andi is alone, because I'm guessing, you know, when the episode picks up, the secretary leaves, and then Andi talks to Fatima, then Fatima leaves. But regardless, Zach calls Andi and asks if Hayden did anything to Fatima, and Andi's like, no, he didn't do anything to her, because, you know, she probably knows what Fatima did. And he's like, yeah, that's right. His bitch ass better not, because I'll kill that MFer myself. Ooh, not the best thing to say to a lawyer / co-worker of Hayden. So, after that, Andi, I guess this takes place at Zach's new home that's being renovated. Because remember, Fatima said they would go furniture shopping later that night. Andi tells Zach and Fatima that since both of you were pissed at him, you know what that makes you? Suspects. And she also says, when they find the camera footage from the garage, both of y'all are going to jail. There's so many things wrong with that. Like I always say, follow me on Instagram, because I posted well over half a dozen different little video clips last night. Basically, what I might start doing is taking little bits from each episode and putting it on Instagram with a caption, pretty much like, wait, how did Karen know where Zach lived? Or, is Hayden really dead? That kind of thing. Trust and believe. The HAHN link is in the description below. And I did one that's like a collage with this one. Well, not a collage, but hear me out. In season 2, after Jasmine and her girls ran up on Andi, and this was in the, this was either the finale or the penultimate episode. After Jasmine and her girls jumped Andi and Fatima had the gun pointed at them to make them run away, Andi was like, wait, so did anybody see that? Did they catch it on camera? And Fatima was like, no, girl, there's only a camera at the entrance and exit of this parking garage. And Andy's like, what? So how would there be camera footage from the garage if there are no cameras in it at all? But I'm wondering if Andi requested to have cameras placed in there to maintenance, or because she became a partner that, hey, you know what, I'm a woman, and for the safety of all the women who work in here, well, just anybody in general at the law firm, anybody that has to go into the parking garage early in the morning, if let's say there's one of the first people there, or late at night if they have a late shift, we want to make sure our employees are safe, so we need cameras up there. So unless cameras were placed, there is no footage, unless, like I theorized, what if Gary saw. So the last scene to talk about, it looks like Andi, I'm guessing this parking garage here is the one at her apartment. I could be wrong, but she gets out of her car, and I wonder if she is like, wait, what's this blue car doing in my space? So perhaps this is her personal parking, and this car is there. Gary pops out and basically says, hey, you keep the car, and she tries to hand the keys back. Look, I'm going to earn you back. I don't care what it takes, and this ain't all I got. I got a question for you, Gary. Why Andi and not Jasmine? And no, I'm not saying this as a Crystal Lee stand, but if Gary put as much effort into saving his marriage with Jasmine, that he is trying to get Andi back for like the 30th time after they've broken up, he would still be happily married. Or should I say still be married and once again be happy because they probably fixed all their problems. Because I'm just wondering why. I mean, could Tyler Perry be right when he said, do you think Gary, or when he asked the fans at the Sistas event, do you think Gary orchestrated this entire thing? This is just too much. First the car, now it seems clear that Gary is the one that buys her the penthouse. When does it end? It just doesn't make sense. You can't buy Andi. She's a millionaire ever since season 2. She's possibly going to start a relationship with the boss, assuming Robin is who he says he is, the man who runs the law firm. Gary, you're rich too, but we've never seen, well, apparently he's like an athlete or some shit, but this is why we need backstories on these characters. I mean, it's interesting how Gary's like, I'm going to earn you back, but it seems to me you're just trying to buy her back. Nothing Gary has done has proven he's any different than before. When he was at the law firm in the episode, he was about to storm to the back regardless of what Fatimar security said. Gary has not changed. The only thing he's changed is the suit he's wearing and the things he's buying for Andi. From the flowers to the car. Just give it up, bro. Alright guys, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hit the thumbs up button to show you like it. Hit subscribe as I requested earlier. And please, like I said, there's a nearly 80% chance if you're watching this video you have not yet subscribed. Please remedy that as soon as possible. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.